Welcome back to Hops at Home. Happy New Year. So Christmas is obviously well behind us, and it's all been taken down from my dining room. My entire house has been dedecorated, and now I've got the winter blahs. But winter is, for the most part, a great, beautiful season. Despite the cold and the snow that we get here, it is pretty at times. So for the tablescape that I want to keep in the dining room for the next couple of months until spring and Easter come along, is going to be very inspired by winter. We're going to incorporate a lot of texture, a lot of different elements to have that winter feel, but not look like Christmas. So to start off, I've already cleaned off my dining room table. I use a homemade surface cleaner, which I will be sharing with you guys sometime in the future. And we're gonna start with a runner. We want to dress the table, right? So we want to give it this nice scarf. It's very cozy. It's actually not a scarf. It is a cable knit table runner that a coworker of mine knit for me as a gift. She's very talented. So I want to just get that centered on my table. The next thing I want to do is I want to bring in some greenery, some element of nature. So I have a flower planter that I got a few years ago from Costco. It had a winter arrangement in it at Christmas time, and the planter is really nice. It looks like birch wood, so we're gonna use that. Let me grab it. So here we have it. You can see it's got this faux birch finish to it. And I've thrown in some artificial snowballs. I got these at my dollar store. They're great because you can actually throw them, have an indoor snowball fight, and not do any damage. We played with them a lot at Christmas time with our niece, and she absolutely loved it. So I also don't want to keep everything stark white. We're going to introduce some grays and browns and stuff, but I also want to introduce some greenery. So we do have these pine branches. I got these from Decor Veronneau on their website. They're a store located here in Laval, but they do have an online site as well. So I'm just going to take them and stick them underneath my potter here. And that's going to weigh it down, and these look perfect, just like that. We also want to add some lighting elements in the middle, give it a little bit more height and definition. So we are going to use these homemade candle jars. I got the bases at a dollar store, either Dollarama or Dollar Tree. The glass vase is from Dollarama for sure. And then I bought a set of the Flameless candles off Amazon. I will link them down below for you. And to make the candle holder, all I did was run a band of E6000 around the circumference of the jar and stuck it to the candle stand and let it set 24 hours. Once it was cured, it's good to go. It's not going anywhere. And it's a very inexpensive way of getting nice looking candle holders. And the fact that they're white at the bottom just adds a lot of versatility to them because they can be used multiple times of the year. So we're going to set those on our table. So you can already see the table looks great as is. I always set my dining table so it's ready to be used at any given time. You never know who's going to drop in for dinner, right? Especially in this house, we do have an open door policy with our friends and family. None of them ever show up unannounced though, so I'll give them that. So we're gonna start by setting our places. I am using these wood finish chargers. I actually got these at Hobby Lobby when I was there Black Friday. So they're by Robert Stanley. They're $3.99 regular price. They were considered part of the fall collection, and all fall was 90% off. So I actually got these for 40 cents each. So it's a reminder, guys, always shop the deals. Definitely go post-season, stock up for next year if you have the space to store stuff. It's a great, great, great idea. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add dinner plates and salad plates layered on top of each other. Pardon the noise from the silverware that we're using. So I have just plain white dinner plates. I did that on purpose when we were moving into this house. As I mentioned in my other Tablescape video, it just adds a lot of versatility, and white goes basically with everything. So we're just gonna set a white plate in the middle of each charger. And I'm using chargers instead of a placemat. If you wanted to not have chargers and just have a different type of placemat, by all means you can do so. This is just inspiration for you. It's giving you the foundation to take these ideas and run wild with them. So we're just adding our salad plates or our bread plates to each setting. I'm also going to go ahead and add these brown leather coasters. I ordered these off of the Simons website, or Maison Simons. I don't know if they still have them. I also have the table runner that matches, just because it's a very masculine looking piece for a table, and we're a house of 2 guys. So next thing I'm going to do is I am going to add napkins to each setting. These are just a gray checked napkin. I also got these at Maison Simons a while ago, and I am using a brown leather napkin ring. These are actually flat packed when you get them. They come like this, they look like bracelets. And you just wrap it around your napkin, however you want your napkin folded. I just have mine folded in like a burrito shape, and they're ready to go. I got the napkin rings at Hobby Lobby as well on Black Friday, and I believe they were $1 for a pack of 8. So we're gonna go ahead and set those on the table. Next thing we want to do is add our silverware. And so I'm gonna add a fork and a salad fork to each charger on the left-hand side. The dinner fork goes right next to the charger. The salad fork goes to the left of that. Then I'm going to put my bread knife or my butter knife with the blade facing the charger. And next to that, I'm putting a soup spoon. I'm going to repeat that for each of the settings before moving on to the next step. Just making sure my runner stays straight. And you can use any silverware you like. I am actually using my grandmother's set that was gifted to me. So it's nice. She's no longer with us, so it's nice to have a piece of her at the dinner table with us. It's like she's here enjoying dinner with us every time we sit here. We're almost done. I'm going to now add individual salt and pepper shakers. I prefer using these instead of a large salt and pepper shaker at each setting, simply because you're not constantly asking somebody to pass the salt or pass the pepper. And we're just going to set those right above the knife and fork. Right above the spoon and knife at each setting. And you can see they're just very simple. They came as a set of 30 pairs, or no, 30 individual salt and pepper, so 15 pairs. And I just took half of them, took them outside, propped each screw top on top of a toothpick and some styrofoam, and spray painted them gold. So that I have a bunch of gold and I have a bunch of silver, so I can always change it out whenever I want. The next thing we want to add is drinking glasses, and that's going to be our final addition. So I am using these insulated goblets. They're stemless. They're made by Swell. I'll see if I can find them, and if I can, I'll link them below for you. And I'm just gonna set those at each place as well. And I also have the wine chiller by Swell. It matches. I'm not putting it on the table today. It can sit over in the wine station that we have set up. But if I am having somebody over and we're gonna have a chilled bottle of wine, I'll take it out of the fridge about a half hour before serving, pop the bottle in, and it's insulated so it'll stay cold. There's no need to put this in your freezer. It's gonna take the cold from the actual bottle that's been chilled and keep it cold for you. So I'm going to take the camera by hand now, take it off the tripod, and I'm gonna let you guys see what the table looks like all set up. So here you go. Here is a panoramic view of our table setting. And you can see every setting looks the same, and it looks very inviting, ready for a warm, cozy meal, a soup, pasta, stew, whatever your favorite winter comfort food is. And I've also mentioned in the past that we have an open concept main floor in our house. So right here in front of us is the side of the kitchen island that we can sit at, have breakfast or have a quick lunch if we're not sitting at the table. And I always have that decorated to match the dining room as well. So in keeping with this winter theme, I just have a few sheets of white faux fur that I picked up at a craft store, and I hot glued them together to make a runner. Then I have this cute little wood tray that I found somewhere, some just frosted pine with berries from a craft store, I believe Michael's. It was in a little wreath and I just cut it apart. And then we have this ceramic cookie jar. I got this at Costco for $17. It was filled with Italian almond cookies, but it's a beautiful piece and it's very versatile given that it's that creamy white color. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed creating a winter tablescape with me. Please be sure to like, subscribe, comment below. I do interact with all of your comments. Let me know if you have any questions or any suggestions of different tablescapes you'd like to see. And also, if you try something similar, please feel free to share it down below in the comments. Let me see a picture of it. I'd love to see how you're inspired by the tips that I've given you today. Have a great day. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed creating a winter tablescape with me. Please be sure to like, subscribe, comment below. I do interact with all of your comments. Let me know if you have any questions or any suggestions of different tablescapes you'd like to see. And also, if you try something similar, please feel free to share it down below in the comments. Let me see a picture of it. I'd love to see how you're inspired by the tips that I've given you today. Have a great day.